Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you all in a new year. I haven't been here, neither have you. With that snow, how many people fell in the snow last week? Don't be scared if you fell in the yeah, you're not by yourself. Leroy say you got to go in it to fall in it. Yeah, that's what I did. I just waited it out until it was last minute. But today is an exciting day for several reasons. Um, while we don't have of the four guests we invited today, there's very good reasons that neither of them can make it. Huh? We are on air, Pip. Uh, the first person we invited was AD Suggs. She is going to come next week. She is currently in Miami as today they are having a press conference. Wait a minute. I got to check my time. I can't say this before the press conference happens. Is that 11? Okay. FAMU will be back in the Orange Blossom Classic. That is what the announcement is. She is in Miami. She has secured the deal. We will be playing Howard University in the Orange Blossom Classic in Miami. So that's how we're going to open up the season. And so AD Suggs is down, and they're having a big press conference or have had the big press conference. She also said that this brings the schedule almost to completion. So she expects between the end of this week to early next week to be able to release the schedule for 2025 for football. So we like to let her continue to do her job. Coach Cozy is the other individual we asked, but his signing day is next week, and he had to travel for recruits. I know we're all eager to talk to Coach Cozy, but first things first, let him get those athletes and get past that signing day. Then we'll bring him in here and ask him who's going to be here and who's going to coach the players next year, because we've heard a lot. There's been a lot of movement there. And so we expect to have Coach Cozy here with us next week. Our basketball coaches just got back from Mississippi. We let them rest. we, we let them rest. They did a great job. Both teams, I'm sure Selvin is going to get into that. I'm not going to steal his thunder. But once again, it's great to be here with you. Great for you all online to start out the year with us again. It's a different year, but the mission is the same. We have got to support our athletic program. And it can't be done with just the people in this room. It takes all of you online, your neighbors, your uncle and them. It takes everybody for us to, Ray, little man, all of them. I do want to recognize a special guest here, one of my favorite football players that played at FAMU, Azende Ray, is here. He's graduated, and he's now pursuing to be a sports agent. He's a smart young man, great athlete. I used to call him pocket knife because he used to run, catch, throw, you name it, throw blocks and all of that. Great player for us, and Coach Simmons. So it was good to see you here today. And do we have any visitors? First time here or haven't been here in a long time, as they say in church? You haven't been here in a long time. All right. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. Anybody else? Any other guests? First timers or long? That's cold. Y'all cold over there. That table, that was mean. Y'all don't get along. I'm gonna have to spread them tables out. Put one of y'all tables. All right. Without further ado, I'd like to bring up the executive director of the Rattler Boosters, Selvin Cobb.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year's to everybody. And just to give you a little information of what's happening in, I call this Rattler Sports Review on on January the 29th. Uh, First of all, if you, well, nobody has, unless you've seen it on TV, uh, when the track season come around, I want you to go out and cheer those athletes that we have. They are doing a fantastic job. They were in the it's HBCU showcase. They were played it in New York City, and we just had some outstanding athletes to participate in that. Um, Last week they were at the Rad Sports Relays. This was in Gainesville, Florida, and out of I'll just give you the rundowns on it. On the 60 hurdles, the finals, Caitlin Smith, she ran 8.57. She finished first. Aurea Ladson, she ran it in 8.66 and she finished third. And our last person in that was Kurt Powder, and it was 8.11. He was finished fourth out of eight. Um, in the 60 finals, Araco Tosha, 7.5627. And Araco, if I didn't pronounce your name right, blame me. DeJohn Clark is finished at 6.73 and he finished fourth. In our 800 hurdles, Kirk Duck Kirk Dawkins finished at 1.5241. It finished three out of 48. Tara Burke, 2.1485. She's finished fifth out of 37. Alicia Douglas, 2.1441, finished fourth out of 37. And William Shelton, 1.56, finished 12th out of 48. Now, we have we've had players that has already performed in the SWAC all performance for they have what we call the Stars of the Week. We have for our SWAC performance of the week, we had Dejon Clark, Naya Blocker, and JD Ann Smith. They all received their accolades from the HBCU Classic in New York. They all received the SWAC Players of the Week. Now, this week, they're going to be at an indoor meet, and it will be at the Carolina Challenge and the Gamecock Challenge in South Carolina. So that's it for our indoor track. Now, our basketball. I know all of us are excited about basketball, what's going on in the men and the women, but we'll start off with the men first. Many of you may not know, but we have a 4-game win streak. Yeah, right. 4-game win streak. Um, we had Milton Milton Matthews was named SWAC Prime Performer of the Week. He did 17 against Jackson State and 16 against Alcorn State. This week, Sterling Young was named SWAC, what we call previous performer, uh, which was a player of the week. And so far this year, we have had two players who've been named SWAC all conference for the week. So that's great. Again, I said we had a 4-game winning streak, and our next up is Alabama A&M at 6 o'clock at the Lawson Center, and that's and Alabama State is going to be at 7:30 on Monday at the February 3rd is at the Lawson Center. Now for our women, currently we are 3-4. Um, Jumped off to a good start, but we lost our last 2 games on the road. Close games, but we lost them. But next week, we will begin with Alabama State on Thursday. That is tomorrow night at 6:30 at Lawson Center, and Alabama A&M is going to be at 4 o'clock at the Lawson Center. I'm Saturday at 4 o'clock at the Lawson Center. Last but not least, our tennis team. Our tennis team, we're 0-2. We've played non-conference schedules, and so we'll next up is Texas State University, and we're gonna play them down in Tampa, and then that's going to be on Saturday at 10:30 that morning, on Saturday morning, and then on Sunday we're going to play the University of South Florida, and that's going to be down at Tampa as well. So those are our I take directions from any and everybody. Now, as in church, membership is always open. So that's was is on my case today. That's right. So anybody can be on my case. Anybody, just raise your hand. I'll recognize you. I got the mic. So, as Bill has stated, yes, we are Rattler Boosters. We are taking membership. Our membership starts beginning at $100. If you're a student or if you want to sponsor a student, it starts at $50. If you want to pay a $300 fee, is what we call our Venom level fee. That's at $300. And our lifetime membership fee is $750. So if you haven't joined by now, today is a great opportunity to come aboard. Okay. Are there any other questions? You all ready? Do I need to go a little longer so you can finish eating? Go ahead. Oh, yes. The membership is $100 annually. Yes. Oh, our annual membership. Okay. Anybody else? Bill, did I do okay? Thank you.
Let's give it up for Selvin. Thank you for that. You know, he has to do research to round up all of that stuff. So I'm glad he does it so I don't have to do it, because trying to find those scores sometimes can be difficult. But once again, welcome back. And we've got to get right back on our challenge of raising money for FAMU athletics, because we want our teams to continue to be successful and go out and represent our university well. At this time, we're going to I'll call your name up and I want you to come up because we're going to give everybody their polo shirts. I didn't want to do it in the back. I want to do it up here so the people online can see the benefits of investing and donating through the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. So we call your name. Please come up. Gail Butler Hinton. She's not here? Okay, we will get with Gail. Harry Dimps. Uh-oh, swimming. And I got to make sure I don't give you a woman's cut neither. So that would probably be good if I could get somebody to help me with this. And Sam Dixie, you on deck. I think all the women together. XXL men. There we go. Here, sign this for me. Just sign by your name. Go ahead.
What's your size?
Sam Dixie ordered a large green. Green. Sign that for me, Sam. Right there, yeah. Sign it on. Miss Hadley? Female, orange and two green. Women look like that. That's women. That's four shirts. Yes, ma'am. Green women.
All of all of the greens are gonna look alike, same size. I mean,
Well, the women's all have a white tag.
they got them.
That was there's one right there.
That's a medium there.
But that's a medium. It's
Oh,
got to
you
be the
want a
white tag.
large?
Yes, ma'am. Shoot. Wait a minute. Okay. Female medium.
It's a large.
Oh,
You said two.
here we go. There's one.
That's what I was looking for, the medium. You
Yeah.
told me large. That's one right there. That's a medium.
No, that's a men's medium. It got to be the white tag for the women. Yeah.
These are all, this a men.
That's the women.
That's the women.
Here you go.
That's it.
So you got all four of yours? Okay, sign these for sign by yours. Gail Butler got a female orange, green, and black in triple X. It's an orange.
You need triple?
Orange, green, and black. Wait a minute. And a black. Sign. Oh, you sign for hers? Yeah. Sign for all three of hers. Okay, I got you. That's fine. That's fine. I know what they're doing. Thank you so much. Dr. Jackson, please come up. Two female largest. Here's one. Can we get Nora James and Joe Johnson. Mr. Wilbur Johnson. Ken Rozier and John C. Sonia C. Put those aside. Okay, we got you. For who? Dora. Dora. It say female. Huh? It say female on here. Patricia Thompson, Harold Thornton, Now, Miss Martha's going to continue with the polo shirts, and we're going to continue with our giving. We want to thank the Norwoods. I see where y'all went and got some Dean Dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme. Don't forget to go to Krispy Kreme and ask for a Dean Dozen. That'll still support our running back as he's trying to make his step to the next level. Right now, we're going to recognize Spencer. Spencer, Mr. Spencer, can you come up? Mr. Spencer is turning into our MVP. He has solicited more people than anybody for donations. Let's have a round of applause for Mr. Spencer. He's not afraid to ask his friends, families, co-workers. Thank you, Mr. Spencer.
Thank you. Thank you. I have another person, Sylvia Sloan, donated another $100. James, Mary James donated $100. Johnny James donated $100. Harvey Miller donated $100. And I have Mr. and Mrs. Jamie McKeebler Hodges donated $1,000. And Dr. Dexter and Sophie Stallworth donated $1,000. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer, for continuing to go out and gather those donations from family and friends and everywhere he can get them from. Great job, great job. We have a donation from Steve Beasley in the MLK Foundation of Florida, $100 from Steve Beasley. Is Johnny White here? All right. Y'all give a round of applause for our newest Grand Rattler, Mr. White, Johnny White, $1,000 toward the campaign. When we leave here, we are going to go finalize the designs for the Grand Rattler t-shirts, and we will start distributing those very soon. The t-shirts that says 1K donor, the 220 Club logo on it and all that good stuff. So for our Grand Rattlers, thank you. Thank you. That helps us get to our goal. Miss Martha gave us $200 more on hers. Thank you. Reverend Wilson, thank you. Harry Demps and Devin Demps, another $100 on theirs. They continue to bring their checks in. Trust me, all of those checks that's paying on time, they add up. They add up. All right. Oh, Clayton. All right, come on up, Clayton. I want more people coming up here with your donations and who you got it from. I don't always have to be doing that. We're friend raising. So if your friends might be happier seeing you call their name than me. So if you get donations from people, feel free to come up here and give them a shout out.
Good afternoon. I have a $1,000 check from Attorney Roosevelt Randolph, which came through James Matthews.
All right. All right. Our CEO, it's going to take me a while to go through all of these.
Fixed income, but I'm starting it off. I'm gonna try to reach it, but that's
Thank you. Take that to Wilma in the back so she can log it in. But thank you. Mr. Farmer hadn't been here in a while. He came here and he bring cash. That's how, that's how you come to somebody's house. Bring something. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. You coming back next week? We'll see you back next week. We're going to save that seat for you right there. All right. He said watch the stream in Georgia. All right. All right. Let me run down all of this money that Dr. Jackson collected. Norris Fitzpatrick, $500. Thank you, Norris. Willie Haynes and Allison Haynes, $250. Thank you. Thank you. The Blakes. Is that Malin? Malin, that's correct. Malin and Gertrude Blake, $150. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is David Williams here? He's not here. Okay. Is that everybody? Okay. So you've been down the list? Yeah, you've been on the full list and whatever. Should have been green. That's right. Okay. All right. Continuing with collections. Sylvia Sloan McPherson, $100 check. Cynthia Sloan, $220. Mary James, $100. Johnny James, $100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bradfordville Enterprises, $100. Pam Blunt, $50. Cynthia Smith, $50. Our dentist, Makiba Jamie and Makiba Erst Hodges. Let me get that right. They are our new Grand Rattlers. Thank you for your $1,000 donation. And $1,000 for Dexter and Sophia Stallworth, our newest Grand Rattlers. Oh, Miss Jackson has added up that before Mr. Spencer came up with that. How much was that add up to today, Spencer? I got to do, hold on, I'm going to do the old fashioned math. It was how much? That brings Mr. Spencer's total raise through him to $8,290. Mr. Spencer, thank you. That is a great job. That's how we're going to get there. That's how we're going to get there. And you rattlers at home, I want y'all to take note. You don't have to give us all the money. Just go get a little bit from your friends here and there. And we'll continue to pool all of it together so that we can reach our goal for donating to athletics. Once again, next week we are going to have VP Suggs will be here. Probably the football schedule will be out by the time she comes. And Coach Cozy will give us an update on recruiting and coaching staff. And hopefully our basketball coaches can be here next week because they're both doing a wonderful job. As far as the questions, concerns, and all of that, we're going to try to address as many of those with the VP next week that we can, and continue to try to work through those to make sure that we get you the answers to the questions that you have. Mr. Ansley. Oh, where are all the people born in January? All the January people stand up. All our birthday people in January. Happy birthday to you all. It's a lot of things I do for Rattlers, but singing is not one of them. I do a lot, but singing is not one of them. I'd also like to recognize a special guest, our Director of Communications for Florida A&M University, Miss Alonda Thomas. It's Dr. Thomas now, isn't it? Dr. Alonda Thomas. Thanks for joining us. You're doing a great job of getting the communications out about the university. He playing the Stevie Wonder. Happy birthday. All right. I do think I want to say this because I know everybody was a little alarmed like I was yesterday, but just want to announce that student financial aid is not affected by the executive order that was passed. There was a lot of panic yesterday until that was found out. Just want to let you all know that we have extra food. If you all need to take some food, you're welcome to go back through and grab some food. They don't have aluminum foil. Still in my pocket. And when I was walking through the room, I cannot forget the guy who put carpet and tile in all of our houses, Mr. Nehemiah Chambers. Thank you. He's almost done with his $1,000 with this. I mean, we're announcing him every week, so he's almost done. So thank you again, Mr. Chambers. Don't forget, tomorrow, the Lady Rattlers play Alabama State. On Saturday, the game is on the SWAC digital network. It's the doubleheader, Alabama A&M. Is it 3 and 5? 4 and 6 on Saturday at the Lawson Center. And then on Monday, the men will play Alabama State. Now, our men's team has equaled or beaten the record of wins we had last season already. So Coach Crary is doing a great job. Coach Gordon is doing a great job. If you've seen those women play, they play hard. And so I'm looking for a great stretch run by both of those teams. I do want to announce something that was very passionate in this group, if I could have everyone's attention. One of the things we were passionate about in the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club was making sure that we funded the restart of the family relays. Unfortunately, that will not happen this year. Before AD Suggs got here, it was canceled. and there was no way that she could restart that. So it will not be this year, but we will stay on that because the family relays is just too big a part of our history to continue to go by the wayside. So I don't know what the issue is because we decided to assist with that. But this was before AD Suggs got here, and by the time she got in, you can't just do a track meet a couple months out. You got to plan that in advance because everybody plans the track meets that they're going to. Specifically, if we've got this good of athletes, we need to be able to see them at home. So that is something that I'm going to be pretty adamant about because I grew up going to the family relays, and the kids around FAMU grew up going to the family relays. That's why some of them went to FAMU, is because of that exposure. And Jake Gaither letting them in the gate at the football games, and Coach Tooks letting them in the gate at the football games. That's how you get students, once they get that. So trust me, I'm going to be more than a little bit forceful about us restarting the FAMU relays for 2026. I'll be standing on tables because I know it's a passion of yours, and it's also a passion of mine. Ms. Hadley? All right. So the games Thursday night, where the women play Alabama State, and Monday night when the men play Alabama State, K through 12 students. Oh, the rest of the season, K through 12 students are free. That's good. We need to get that information out. That is a smart. We have to recruit people to the university when they're small, and that's one way for them to be exposed to the university. Thank you for that, Ms. Hadley. That's the question is, will I push for the games to be broadcast on radio? That is a question for AD Suggs when she gets here next week. Okay. Yeah, that's on the list. That's on the list. Yeah, that was very emphatic on the list. So we're going to go as best we can through that next week and see what solutions we can come up in. Any other questions? Alonda, is there anything you want to say? Please come up. Our Director of Communications for Florida A&M University, Dr. Alonda Thomas.
Thank you. Um, I was not prepared to come today. Otherwise, I would be wearing orange and green. But randomly, I had time to actually take a lunch break. So I'm glad to be with you. My first time being able to be at a meeting in person, but I did watch occasionally as I was working at Jackson State University, where I previously served as Associate Vice President of Marketing Communications. Happy to be here back on the Hill the second time around, working in the Office of Communications, but this time as your Chief Marketing and Communications Officer. We are preparing for our next alumni magazine, so I'm excited that our focus is going to be on entrepreneurship in that one. It's going to be a good one, and thank you all for your support of the advancement. Happy to share that we will soon be announcing a new head of advancement, so look for that in the coming weeks. And overall, I'm happy to be here with you in person. And another thing that's coming up that my office is helping to support is the Black History Month activity, which is going to feature alumnus Roy Wood Jr. He's coming for a fireside chat that'll take place on Monday night, February 10th at 7 p.m. in Lee Hall Auditorium. It's free and open to the public, so we hope that you will join us for that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alonda. Alonda, got a question, Ms. Hadley.
Yes, ma'am.
That would be the SID.
Yeah, we'll have to get with AD Suggs, and she is looking for a new sports information director to replace Josh, who is accepting a new position. So we're in transition right now, but I'm sure that's going to be on their to-do list in short order. Yes, ma'am. Afterwards? Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Alonda. Mr. Zach. Josh is going to Kent State. We will have and additionally, we will have a new director of strength and conditioning soon as well. Arkansas, University of Arkansas. Let me tell you what happens. When you win, everybody tries to pick off all of your good people. So that's just a result. It's something you have to deal with. You have to continue to get good people because when you win and people see and Cole was a big part of our team winning down the stretch in our conditioning. So when other people see that, they start picking your good people off. So that is why we have such transition. It's part of success.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I'm calling for an ask big. I know that we ask for a lot from all of you all, but this is pretty special to me, and I think it'll be special to you all. In 2023, FAMU went to the Celebration Bowl and we won that game. There was a young man that was announced as the most valuable player. He ran one touchdown, caught a pass for another. Those two touchdowns represented our winning margin. His name is Kelvin Dean. Kelvin is currently working out with a sports academy, the same one that Xavier Smith worked out with several years ago. And that sports academy is not inexpensive. It's about $800 a week. He plans to be there. Oh, don't laugh. This is serious. Don't laugh. This is serious. So he plans to be there for 8 weeks. He's been there. This is his third week. His parents have footed the bill for the first 2 weeks. And I was his assistant principal when he was in high school, and he called me and asked if I could lend some assistance. And I told him yes, I would. And just yesterday, I I accepted a donation from a Rattler for half of this week's $800. I put the other four with it. So I thought about asking this body if they would be willing to contribute toward his $800 a week fees. And he's got to do this for, like I said, about another 5 weeks. And I'm not asking you all for a certain amount. I don't want you to give the money to me or his family to pay it. I'd like for you to send it directly to Trench Academy. They have a Zelle account. You can specify his name. They will put it on account through that Zelle, or you can pay it with credit card, whatever you want to give. But we would be very pleased, I know, as Rattlers, as we were in December of 2023, if this young man can increase his speed, his catching ability, his running and blocking assignments, and whether he gets drafted or not, we would all be pleased if there was not only an Xavier Smith in the NFL who did not get drafted, or an Isaiah Lamb, or Isaiah Major, or Marcus Riley. I don't think any of those guys got drafted, but they made it and they made us proud. So this is an avenue that those guys have taken, and I'm going to ask you all to please consider donating something. If you can't give $100 or $50, just give 25. If you can't give 25, give 10. If you can't give 10, borrow $5 from somebody. But we need to try to help this guy out so that he will make it into the NFL. And even if he doesn't, we would have done everything that we could do for him as he has done everything that he could for us. So if you need further details on it, I'll give you all of the information I have about sending funds down in his name so that there won't be, no one will have to worry about whether the money is being misused. It'll go to send it directly to the camp. My telephone number is 850-294-7335. And there are at least 7 members in this organization today that have already committed to giving something. And again, I'm not asking you for an amount, but let's just do something to try to help this young man out. And with that, I thank you all. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. For Trench Academy, I do. Um, Hold on. Trench Academy, as I said, is located in Tampa, Florida. And their telephone number TRENCH, Trench Academy. And hold on a moment. I'm going to see if I can pull up their telephone number right away. I'm sorry, say that again, ma'am. Oh, we're encouraging the people online. Y'all see my face? Look at my eyeballs. We want everybody to do something to try to help this young man make it into the pros. The telephone number for Trench Academy, you got it. Okay, it's 813-708 6062. Ask for Kay. Kay is her name. She's the one that um, has helped me to identify methods that folks can send contributions. Repeat the number. 813-708 6062. And the young man's name again is Kelvin Dean. He is the one that has the Dean Dozen donuts. KELVINDEAN, and he is junior. Okay? So I appreciate your indulgence with my, what do you call it, ass big. My grandmother used to say that, boy, you coming in, you're going to ask and beg at the same time? Yes, ma'am. Said, all right. Well, thank you all again. And again, you've got my telephone number, and if you don't, I'll be standing out there so that you can get it, all right? Thank you, Rattlers.
All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Ansley. As you know, we're very protective of our space and what happens in our space. But Kelvin Dean did good by us. He did really good by us. And if we can help him along his way, I think that's part of our responsibility as well. It doesn't end when they graduate. If we can help him a little bit, please do. Let's help him. I definitely am going to send down to make sure we can help support him. He's a great, great kid. I mean, geez. Are there any other questions that we have before we depart? All right, don't forget tomorrow night, the Lady Rattlers face Alabama State. On Saturday at 4 and 6, the men and women basketball teams face Alabama A&M. And on Monday, the men will face Alabama State. Is the tennis match today? We'll have to find out the information about the tennis matches. We got to pick a tennis match to just go out and support the tennis team. Y'all with me? Let's just go fill the stands up for the young ladies. They do a great job, and Coach Nikki Houston has won the SWAC championship, and she has a really good team this year. So let's just try to pick a day, and we'll get the schedule next week, and we'll let y'all decide. And that'll be the day we all go out and support the tennis team. And we need to find out other teams, and just as we can do that, being an athlete years ago, I do remember how important it was to see people that you halfway recognize in the stands to give you a little more pep in your step. So we're going to try to do that for all our student athletes that we can. And one more thing, it used to be um, a FAMU collegiate sport. It's no longer a collegiate sport, but it is a club sport at FAMU. And next week, on February 9th, next week, February 9th, the FAMU Campus Recreation Center will host the Rattler Seminole Wrestling Invitational. It'll be FAMU, FSU, Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Virginia Tech. It's a big deal. And that is February 9th at the Hansel Tooks Recreation Center. A big club wrestling match where some we got a lot of the SEC will be here, a lot of the ACC. It's a big deal. That tournament, I went last year, and I was just amazed with what I saw. So I just want that to be out there because we had some great wrestlers that came through FAMU when wrestling was an NCAA sport for us. But wrestling will be February 9th at the Lawson Center. Are there any other questions? The announcement just became official. I'm seeing posts about the Orange Blossom Classic. So I'm sure VP Suggs will have answers about tickets for that, tickets for the season, and them 2 legal pads of questions. We're going to get as many concerns addressed as we can. All right? All right. Once again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us online. Continue to support our Rattlers because that's all we know how to do. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you all next week.